Hello everybody. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. We are on day 3.5, so weekend 3, day 3.5. We're all done working on it for this round, or for this weekend. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. We pulled it outside to kind of give you a little bit of size for the car. The wing looks awesome on there. It's so far back in the car though, we think it might give us a little too much downforce, so we'll figure it out. Here's some of our parts. We gotta finish sanding them, and we gotta put some clear onto them. John sold one of his transmissions. So again, you guys have seen all the wing stuff. So the updates on the car are it's back and running again. I think the wiring is for the most part finished. We've got to zip tie it up a little bit and stuff like that, but we've tested all the systems now. Everything is working. You know, that's 3.5 days of John intensely just going through and rewiring. It was a big tough spot for us putting the fuse box on the passenger side, so we had to work around a lot of different things because we did that. The harness is designed to go on the driver's side. Let me see, we finished up the dry sump breather system. We made bracket and mounted the power steering tank. Just finishing a lot of systems. Inside the opening we've got the power steering cooler down in there. A lot of work was spent on the nose and hinging of the nose. So what you see right here is the nose is pretty close to its position. It's got to go back about 1/2 inch. But what we've done is we've taken a E30 BMW hood hinge. We made a bracket and we kind of adapted that to it, bringing the pivot point forward approximately 4 to 5 inches. I forget exactly what it was. This way the splitter will not dig in as much when we go to raise the hood. And the E30s, if you're not familiar with them, they also pop the front of the nose up by 3 inches. So go ahead, John. Let's see. So see, it pops up. That's hinged right now. So it pops up, and then when it pushes back and it goes down. So, and this is going to give us an additional 3 inches of clearance on the bottom. So we haven't worked out the latches yet, and I can't fully open the hood because we have to cut off a big piece of the bottom of the nose underneath the car, which you would never see. But I'm just not ready to cut that yet because I want to think through this a little bit more and find out if there is any other way I could do it before I fully commit to it. Right now everything we've done is solely bolt-on, with a little bit of trimming inside the fog light buckets, but not a whole lot. But as you can see, man, this thing is going to be so fast. It looks fast just sitting there. I can't wait to see pictures of John driving this thing to work up near Boston. That's going to be sick. You know how many people are going to be sitting next to him when he's trying to drive down the road, just taking pictures of this crazy machine. So because we're using the BMW hinge, it's sprung a little different on this side, so this side raises up more. You might pick that up in a video, I'm not sure, but the lock is on the driver's side of the hinge, so when it's pulled down right on the hinge, then it's good. So we've got the nose is a well, we just have to do more setting on it. I'm not 100% happy with how everything is fit. You can actually see here. I'll take a picture in here for you. Okay, so go ahead, John. Let's go down with it. Okay. So, and then push down on the front. Yeah. So that just kind of gives you a little idea of the direction we're going. So that the goal is we do not want to have to take the nose off to service the engine. That was our initial inception when we planned all the shenanigans. We're like, we're going to make receivers, we're just going to slide the nose off. But the problem really comes into when John's at the track by himself with nobody else. Then he's got to try and take the nose on and off by himself. So we're trying to avoid that with the hinge. I know I'm dwelling on the hinge because it's been a lot of days work. We did some work on trying to fit the exhaust. We're going to do the roadster exhaust on it. you know, the car in R mode at the race height is hell and gone low. It really is chassis wise. So as you can see by the body, the car looks fairly normal at ride height. But when you look at little things like, I mean, look down underneath there, you can see chassis. I mean, on the bottom of the frame rail. What have you got right there, John, at that part? It's about 2.5, you think?
Yeah, 3.
Almost 3?
Yep, exactly 3.
Exactly 3.
Yep. With weight in it.
Okay. So that's exactly 3. So we've got the springs jacked up as high as we can get them. And John's got, he said exactly 3 back there.
3 up here.
3 there?
Yep.
Okay.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's a little higher, but...
Yeah, so that's what we're working on right now. So we're exactly at 3 inches of ground clearance from the frame to the ground on the R settings, being it has a set of suspension points that are 7/8 of an inch higher on the chassis, which thus lowers the car by 7/8 of an inch, trying to take care of or take advantage of all the aero. So again, here's our rear wing supports. You know, I just keep going back to it because it looks badass. You know, it really does. You know, John can hop in and out of this thing no problem. That's easy to do. It's nice. Factory 5 cuts the corners of the dash now. Well, we didn't change anything on the dash. That is how it shipped, with the exception of the carbon fiber cover that we put on there. It's not a real carbon fiber dash. It's just carbon fiber heat shrink on there. But for anybody who hasn't seen the inside of them much, a lot different. The backbone is more similar to a GTM than it is anything else the Factory 5's done. So tremendous trust on the middle of the car for strength. You know, just incredible. I mean, hence the reason why the numbers are. I think, and Jim can correct me if he sees this video, but I think that the R code is probably closer to 10 times stronger than the old street coupe chassis. I think I've heard them say that the street car was 7 times stronger, and that the R is
kind of funny without a seat.
Yeah, it is. You're just a little guy. Yeah. We gotta get you a child seat in there. So, but yeah, drove out of the garage, and I think you're gonna put it back in there now, right?
Yeah.
Brandon, you want to guide him back? So I'll take a video of it driving back in there. Other way, John. Even though I have boards down over my lift, which every other car out there clears, this one is friggin' low. So we have to put more 2x4s on it just to get it up over my lift. So there you go. So that's our update for this time. When's the next time we get together, John?
I think it's in February 10, 11, 12, 13 weekend, around there.
Yeah, about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, so about 2 weeks. that weekend we're going to do another 4-day build on this car. Or, well, it actually ends up being about 3.5. Yeah, it ends up about 3.5 because John's got to head home and, you know, for work.
That, and we got Mike Forte's.
Oh, it's going to be a 3-dayer. Right, yeah. Right. So Mike Forte bought John's old challenge car. Yeah. You know, he wanted that you know, championship winning car, and so he bought it. He's going to do something with it, and so we've just got to basically put it back to his roller, you know, so John can get it up to Mike. So thanks, Bob. I appreciate that. It's a lot of work. What are we? How many days now? We've got we were 7, 10. So that's 10 and a half days, right? Yep. So 10 and a half days into this build of actual work on the car days. We do not work on this car in John's absence, so it will sit in the back bay. That's why you see it with all the stuff in it. You know, when we're done working, we load all John's stuff up in it, and then we'll put it in the back garage, and then we work on other jobs while John's away, or other jobs while John's away. And I guess that's about it. So that's the update. I'll catch you guys in a couple of weeks. Thanks for checking us out. Bye.